Unbeatable is a rhythm-based narrative action game where music is illegal and you do crimes. We loved JRPGs. We loved so many of these story-rich, choice-based games. We wanted to try to bring some of our love for that into a space that was very tightly packed with pure arcade-focused rhythm games. With any rhythm game, players generally expect the beat to be perfect all the time. Though computers are usually thought of as relatively precise, audio is a complicated beast, and getting that level of precision on the CPU and through our code base and making sure all of that stayed in alignment was very difficult. We were happy to find that Unity supported quite a lot of middleware that could help us solve all of these syncing issues. FMOD in particular was very helpful for us with syncing our game events and our audio precisely in real time. When we started working with Unity, we immediately could feel that the pace at which we were working and the complexity of the things that we could do increased dramatically. Being able to tweak those aspects in real time, in play mode, without having to bounce back and forth between our code base, greatly sped up the ways in which we could iterate on and really perfect the game feel for Unbeatable. Creating the look for Unbeatable was one of the biggest challenges. We knew that we were going for a look inspired by anime, but we wanted to lean into our strengths as a studio, those strengths being, of course, having a large number of 2D animators. However, we also wanted a lot of flexibility in our gameplay design, thinking about the ways in which anime looks, cinematography, cool layouts, utilizing 3D complex spaces in your shots is really a vital part of that aesthetic. We could not achieve that on a pure 2D plane. The biggest challenge that emerged from that, of course, is that when you put 2D sprites into 3D environments, they almost always immediately feel a little bit off. So a lot of work and care went into trying to make the 2D characters sit well within those 3D environments. One of those things was figuring out how to add real-time lighting and shadowing, but possibly the most important thing that we figured out would help situate all of these characters in the spaces that we had built was the idea of rim lighting. By taking the position of the light relative to the characters and the direction they're facing, we generate a rim light essentially by lighting up a certain number of pixels along a certain edge of the sprite. That rim light both helps accentuate where the light is coming from, and it also helps the characters pop from very complex backgrounds. Games are made through blood, sweat, and tears, and our game was no different. We hit every crack in the sidewalk, we stumbled constantly. I think that the thing that I am most proud of, above all else, is the team. I love the game, and I think the game is amazing, but when I look at the game, the only thing that I see is the work and the effort and the talent that every single person brought to the table.